So I actually just shared this with my friend because people want to talk about identity politics and everything like that, and it's like I'm green, I'm Army Green, and there's different shades of us, but actually let me just click on this real quick. I'll include a link in the description on this, but I'll do a video on my heritage, and hopefully YouTube won't take it down because I'm sorry, friggin' I've got some Nazi. I'm sorry, like when. Let's just jump through this real quick. So that's World War. Life was better during the war than any years that followed. Gotice was located in Yugoslavia when war broke out, but in 1941, the country was invaded by Italy and Germany. Gotice ended up in Italian territory, and as such, residents were expected to simply give up the keys to their homes and resettle. They weren't told where they were going or where they would one day come back. You know, um, just jump down. Very extensive article here. You know, gets into the better time. Ellen, he grew up in Gotice and recently turned 80. He remembers the day he arrived in New York by ship. His family was allowed to immigrate on the condition that Jelen joined the United States military, which posted him on bases in Germany. Just like my dad had to do the same thing. United States military liaison's mission. This is Operation Paperclip. We were parked outside of the harbor in New York. He says our big impression was the higher buildings and the many cars. He still remembers the exact sketch of New York's Belt Parkway that you could see from the ship. All the traffic. It was like another world, he says, and pauses. Another world opened up. Yes. That's fucking America, baby. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have fucking ship right now. Goce was once a settlement of Austrians in what's now Slovenia, which was itself once Yugoslavia. It was a Deutsch spatial. I'm sorry, I'm not freaking good with this. A linguistic island of German speakers surrounded by a sea of Slavic speakers. The Gotishares arrived in the 1300s when much of the area was untamed forest. Over the course of 600 years, they developed their own customs and dialect of Old German called Gotishares. The dialect is old as Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. I don't know who the fuck. Germans only vaguely understand it, the way an American would only vaguely understand Middle English. For centuries, European empires came and went like the tides, but when World War II came, Gotice abruptly vanished from the map. Today, there are hardly any traces of a German community there in what remains of Helen's childhood home. Today, saplings are pushing their way through the floorboards. Only a few hundred people speak the Gotish dialect today, and almost all of them that left Gotish long ago. Yet a proud and thriving community of Gotishers still exists in Queens, New York. The journey back to Kosheve helped Helen accept how much had changed. But for Bobby, it was more transformative. It helped her understand just how much she didn't know about her roots. During the trip, she heard stories her grandmother had never told. She started to wonder about her late grandfather, who had been conscripted into the German army at 13 years old and who had wandered through Austria in search of his family when the war ended. My grandfather Opa, he was put into a British POW camp, prisoner of war camp, and he actually met his brother there at the time, and that's how they reunited. My great uncle on my it was my grandfather's sister married a German Nazi scientist. and friggin' and that exonerated over here during Operation Paperclip, where one of the first refugees to receive minority status here in the United States. You already be friggin' like, what the what? Is Melania Trump a goddess? That is an awesome picture. As pundits argue over whether or not President Trump is an obstructor of justice, a gaggle of Queens residents are preoccupied with a different question. Is the First Lady Melania Trump a goddess? The issue hung up in the air at the Miss Goddess 2017 pageant, which was held last month at Vladivostok, the land of dual. I don't know what the fuck. The plateau of Edens Park Beer Garden. I don't know. In Hempstead, Long Island. I mean, I can get down with Hempstead. Christina Gladish, but I can't speak my own freaking tongue, okay? A blue-eyed blonde and recent graduate of Marist College waved a cupped hand to the hold on a second. Dendro Lederhosen clad crowd as she was crowned upon receiving her blue and white sash, Gotische colors. She vowed to fight to preserve the lives and traditions of the past. A task she considers vital for those of my generation with a vibrant Gotische heritage like myself. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like. I mean, good for her, but like maybe show something like. We're proud immigrants, refugees. We're proud refugees.